World Card Game Federation here with another match that went on pretty recently in my own dang house. Had the fellas over. Andrew was one of the fellas who got to make it. We're going to be seeing, relatively speaking, not stagnant, that's not a nice word, but I would say pretty much the same knowledge of Mystic Gohan deck that I've had for about the last 7 months or so. Hate to say it, I've been out of the game a long time. You know, Retro, they're a clique, so they don't really give a crud about the actual game. So that usually means that if you're not in that little clique, who cares what happens to you? Anyway, griping aside, we're going to have a fairly exciting match. A lot of back and forth. I'm going to roll a 3. Andrew's going to go ahead and roll a 2. I'm going to go ahead and go first. So I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. The set that has Vegito, Mystic Gohan, I'm going to say that was the set that broke the game. I'll put it out there that basically that was the one where the power creep got so wide. Oh, I passed. I rejuvenated, I believe, in Namekian Rush. I put down a time. I must have some kind of a plan going on here. Yeah, this was the set where basically they said everything past of this doesn't matter anymore. He puts a DB6 into play, and I mill one for Namekian Knowledge. It looks like I dropped a non-styled. Hey, Andrew is going to go ahead and let me redo this here. That's the neat thing about playing a friendly game. The obvious thing would be to not put Rush back in and put time back in. You need a style card on your level 1 if you're going to explode off it. Andrew finishes his turn, leaves a weighted clothing in his discard pile. I tell you, the feels when it comes out from seeing Namekian Knowledge out in play like that. I'm going to put a rare setup in play for my deck, a rare planning step card. Going to put Groat, Namekian Groat. I'm going to put Namekian Grit. There we go. Rejuvenate in at the end of my turn, and I dropped, looks like a Crushing Slam, I want to say, in the discard pile. And it goes over to Andrew's turn. Andrew doesn't feel confident enough to go in on it, so he's going to pass. He's going to put in a... I used to call that card Namekian Shuto from good old Score days. That was my jam for a while. I used to hit people over and over with that thing with a deck that recycle. So I did start my turn. I got my 4 cards. I'm going to declare combat, apparently. I'm good and confident. That's neat. Okay, I'm going to open up a Gohan's level 1 physical. Probably going to activate all the abilities right off the bat. So I believe it raises anger, I believe it rejuvenates, and then I believe it has the instant. So I want to say I'm going to have 3 anger off that one. Hey, if anybody's hearing this one who does dev work for this one, why the flying F did that card ever get out of beta with these powers on level 1? That pause right there was just to give you a minute to answer. Okay, Andrew's going to go ahead and respond with a confrontation. Looks like he's got a sweet promo one going. There's a lot of bad stuff in my hand. No, I mean, well, that's not true. 1 card that was dangerous, and then the rest are just not much. Bunch of blocks, though. Ooh, an early game wall breaker, and we're both going to find out how much that ends up influencing the game. Because it turns out with that early game wall breaker, because I remember, for anybody who knows him off the top, a fellow by the name of John Milner, I used to play with him in locals. He made it to the World Championships. He was one of our only players to ever do something like that. Milner got in one of those last shots he ever had in trying to get to the regionals his second time around, he got an early game wall breaker that he never got rid of, and it just cost him the whole game. I almost had a full-on fit. Okay, I'm throwing back. It looks like a... Huh? I did this all wrong. I tried to throw that particular card that's mostly good for Gohan and for Cell. I think this is where I misunderstood what was going on. Yeah, that's right. You know, I've been away from the game so long and hadn't been bothering to read the actual text on Namekian Knowledge in so long that I forgot that it does say it's whenever you rejuvenate. It doesn't care if it's styled or not. See, heaven knows where I got that idea that was a thing. So I do double check that one. I believe I'm still going to throw that particular physical. Oh, I passed. Wow, apparently I'm going hard on the lame here. Ooh, Namekian overtime. So he's going to rejuvenate 1, raise his anger off it. Man, I used to use Namekian overtime once upon a time. That was so long ago. I remember when that particular rare was hard to come by, and then it wasn't all of a sudden. He's going to make me mill 1 for the DB in place. You guys remember that when the game actually thought that Namekian was going to have mill be one of its primary damage dealing components? That is still mystifying to me. It's like, what kind of a pace of a game would you have to have where mill for DB manipulation would have been viable beyond set 3?
I'll pass again.
Okay, he plays Namekian overtime. He grabs an energy card. He knows I ain't got a block, and he knows he's going to come at me with a Namekian Force of Will? I cannot remember that card. I used it forever today. He does mill the top 2. He does knock my anger back down to 0, apparently because I just couldn't hold on to it. I take a sweet amount of damage because the whole point of this story is that I do use the Namekian growth. At least it was supposed to work when it was supposed to combo all together.
2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
All right. Wicked a little damage off using that crushing slam. I do use Namekian growth after all. And I want to say the mistakes that you guys saw right here in this early game, in any other circumstance, should have cost me the whole thing. Because I just goofed that hard. So I'm 1 anger, took a decent amount of damage, and, Andrew caught right the heck back up. Yeah, Andrew's got some energy attacks. I don't know if he's worried about losing stages. So he's going to go ahead and throw... I think that's an overhead blast. I can't remember the name of it. I always thought it had fantastic potential, but I could never make it work in a deck of my own.
Oh, okay. Well, it's going to have to hit me. It's 4. 1.
Okay, it's going to go ahead and blast me for 4. I'm not going to use the endurance in that particular on knee block because so help me, those are too sweet for comboing. Had I been more patient... and waited on that growth, that could have been a nice double anger swing.
Oh, geez, set 1.
Oh, heck. That made good old Andrew level up on the rejuve on that hit effect on that particular card. So he's now level 2. And I tell you what, guys, I've been away from the Piccolo stack from set 1 so long, I genuinely forgot all the absolutely ape-scat insane stuff that level 2 does. You know all the stuff. You discard a card, you rejuve one, you crit, you do all that kind of shenanigans. Man, that we used to get away with that. So it looks like I'm probably going to get another energy attack. Oh, he passes, and apparently I'm just going to go ahead and turn tail and run. Nice. So Andrew's level 2, 1 anger. I'm here level 1 with 1 anger. Having biffed it hard. You guys realize if I had opened up with that wall breaker, none of this would have happened. I would have shut him down and just beat him up for the rest of that time. Been a real short turn. Okay, he's going to go ahead and put a ball 2 out and can't de-level me. That's wild. Okay, he's going to throw another Piccolo's named attack. Life me can't remember it. I have to ask Andrew at some point why that card's in the deck. I don't know if it's just okay, I do declare combat. I drew my 4, powered up to full. Let's see what I got going on here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to count everything up. Somehow, I don't know why I feel obligated to do this. I think it's just I've been away so long. I do target a knee block. I'm going to go ahead and level off this one thing. So it's 1 for anger from Gohan, 1 anger from the rejuve and the mastery, 1 anger from the knee block, 1 from the instant. So I'm going to level up off that 1 action.
There you go. Enjoy.
I do a very minor physical. Look at my defensive posture in this deck. I was apparently scared to death to take a hit in this one. My ratios, I think if I was to rebuild this one in more present day, I'd probably want to change those ratios up. I feel like every hand I could have went ham on him and at least traded, but I ended up just going defensive posture and not doing a whole bunch. Oh yeah, I'm level 2. I should probably switch that card at some point. Wait a minute, did I not level up off that thing? Why am I still sitting at level 1? What's going on here?
Pass.
Apparently I must have finished that last combat. Oh, no. No, I'm at 3 anger. Phooey on everything I just said, because clearly I don't remember this match as well as I thought I did. Okay, he's going to throw another Namekian overtime. I'm going to go ahead and mill 2, because he just has the ball 2, ball 6 out. He's going to go and search for an energy combat card. I would assume Maximum Will. Now I remember the card. Oh, Hey, now I tell you, that card was my bread and butter for many a year. I want to say probably all the way up into set 5. That was in all of my Piccolo decks. And then I got away from it. I probably should have stayed with an Energy Beats focus. It feels like that was one of the most effective ways to utilize the Namekian style, at least at that point. I remember dying to this thing, blowing me up with a couple of key power-ups on it to increase the damage. All of a sudden, I'm forgetting what those were. Namekian Onslaught. There he goes. Pays his 1 power stage. Going to throw his 4 life cards at me.
I'll stop with buffer.
And apparently, I didn't learn my lesson about this. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it with buffer, rejuve, raise my anger 1.
Sadly, that's it for me. I have to pass.
See, that's where I'm like, what the heck was I thinking? I don't think I even need an opponent at this point. I think I just sabotaged myself well enough. Okay, he's going to use Piccolo's power. He's going to go ahead and make me mill, do all the fun stuff, rejuve. No, sorry. He used his last shot of Onslaught. I thought he was using his level 2 power. I was wrong. Took the damage. I passed and went back. He's going to go ahead and use weighted clothing. Look at this, people. I'm level 1 with piddly little anger, and he is level 3. Hard to believe there's this much time left in our little fight, isn't
I
there?
always want to call it Celestial Games, but that's not the name of that set.
Something like that, but physical attack, draw.
Yeah, maybe somebody can correct me on that one. I always want to call World Games or Celestial Games the filler arc. I always have to go and look it up what the name actually is. So he's using, I want to say it's the big physical on the level 3 from his alternate. It's like the, what is it, 8 power stage physical? Something like that.
Sure.
He uses Piccolo power to draw.
I'll go ahead and stop it with Clamp, Shuffle, Raise, and Level.
Okay. Clamp, shuffled, and raised, and finally leveled. Wow. I caught up by the smallest little bit. No, I didn't catch up. What am I talking about? I'm a whole level behind still. So I'm level 2, 0 anger. He's level 3, 0 anger. So I'm solidly a level behind him. I'm at least level 2. And then it's going to be Andrew's action at this point. I'm curious to see what he's going to do. Because he's still got decent amount of cards in his hand. Looks like he's carrying a...
Lethal Chop for 6 lives.
Lethal Chop. Pickle's Lethal Chop. Who would remember that name? Gun to my head, I would not remember that name. So,
not my favorite thing.
okay, so I do stop it with Forceful Block. That was neat. I actually had the right block in my hand at the right time. That's wild.
Physical, 6-stage physical.
Okay, I'm going to use my 6-stage physical.
So I raise my anger. 1 for the mastery, 1 for the power.
Okay, and I get 2 more anger. I'm actually at 3 anger on level 2, which is crazy. It's Andrew's action. I believe I'm about to take a massive blast to my face.
I'll pass.
You know, sometimes the things you hear in retrospect. All right. Andrew's go. He has a DB5, so he might choose to go into combat here, depending. Oh, no, he's definitely not. What is that card called? Interference? I can't even think of the name of that card. I always know its effect. It's the search for X. X is the number. Whoa, he's got a DB7 going on. You know, this is nowhere near the level of manipulation that Dragon Balls used to see early sets 1 through 4. But it is like we said, still impressive to see this deck do this. I'm just so accustomed to
Power Punch, Clamp, and
lots more cards pushing the Dragon Balls in and out of the deck just quick. You know, most of them being back in by the end of the turn, that kind of shenanigans.
And then I'll pass back to you.
Alright.
After I rejuve, I guess.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw mine after Andrew chooses to end his turn. And apparently I'm just going to go in 3 cards, whole hog. All right.
Thing is here, I'm going to use my power, and I'm actually going to rejuvenate 2 and level off of it and still be able to level.
So I guess I wanted to seize upon having that anger and getting over the hump there onto level 3 and not lose the anger to a Maxwell or something similar. Though I have a feeling I'm going to get de-leveled real suddenly here. So I do throw my physical. He does take the damage. It goes back over to Andrew, and let's see what he does. Disturbance. Namekian Disturbance. That was the word I couldn't think of.
Oh, that's right.
I always thought that was a very clever card. I don't think there was nearly enough stuff like that in the game. Back when it was still going. He's going to throw a pretty...
Disturbance.
Oh, he's going to take the damage. He is going to use Disturbance. Excuse me. I assume that means he's going to go ahead and draw a DB3 would be my guess.
Could the world's greatest fry cook do this? For this.
We all have
I
a.
like one of my favorite one of those tiny jokes like that is where what was it? Squidward was taking a day off and he kept thinking SpongeBob was everywhere.
Oh.
There's the kelp knocking against his house and being.
They forgot to turn the
We love some SpongeBob.
It's like we could have took the whole day off. That's a good little episode. I always tell people the first 3 seasons are untouchable. They are some of the best modern.
I do swear by seasons 1 through 3.
Master, I can't really tell you. It's relaxing. Pete is what it is.
I forgot Pete is officiating our game, so to speak.
Well, he had his 1 left over. He had his 3 from that one, and his first move was to play Disturbance. But he's got to put 2 back or 1 back. I don't remember what's the deal with that.
2. Yeah.
I think I should probably spend a little bit less time away from the game between fights because I feel like I'm forgetting really basic stuff. Like having lived and breathed Dragon Ball 3 for like a good 4 years there, you'd think I would have remembered that.
Oh, I forgot about Ball 6 last time.
Oh, yeah. You can be 2 up from where you were. Won't change nothing.
Ah, good. He remembered Ball 6 power stage reduction, so he didn't end up taking quite as much from that particular hit, which is fine. It didn't actually affect the game state.
That seems.
I do mill for using Disturbance, and then it's my action. I'm probably going to use my level 3 power, because if I know me, and I do, I have a tendency to rush that thing and use it real quick. Patience. Patience would be a good thing to learn. I think I have something of note. Am I just going to throw a bunch of energy blocks in my hand? Or am I going to try to be a smart guy and just do something? Yeah, this is where I sabotage me-self. Good job, Mario. You should have just went with 2 of the same dang block. What were you thinking?
And the rest get rejuvenated.
Oh, this is another one of those powers that I feel like Mystic Gohan's level 3 has always struck me as a power that was almost ready for prime time. I think the effect should have been to discard the remainder or something of that nature with more of a higher risk and reward. Just rejuvenating them and then the manipulation that comes with all that shenanigans. Bad idea. It really opened it up to abuse. I've seen some horrendous comboing off this. This game was not built to withstand.
Yeah, I won't do that. So, physical for 6.
I'll stop it with knee block.
So I do stop it with knee block. He throws his physical. I don't know if Andrew was just trying to bait me out and get me to use some cards up or what. That didn't seem like a big hit.
Rejuvenate 1. No.
Okay. He's going to go ahead and... Wait, what's he using? Oh, Onslaught. It's coming at me.
I'll stop with protected posture, rejuvenate it, raise my anger 1.
Okay, use protected posture. And you guys probably noticed, if you're looking at my hand, if you're watching pretty close, yeah, I'm kind of out of moves after that point. I'm just going to start getting blasted.
Ooh, that's a good one. To my knowledge, you should level like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, Namekian right throw. That was my bread and butter, boy. That was the cheese upon all cheese. And he does level off it. Look at that shenanigans, you guys. And again, take a look at the time for this match. Look at how much time there is left in this thing. It doesn't feel like there's going to be that much time left, does it?
For each ball in play.
Jeez. That's old level 4. Level 1, level 4?
Yep.
Or, sorry, set 1, level 4. Oh,
whoa, he went back and reused the level 1, or level 4 from set 1, rather.
Grit rejuvenates the top 3.
And I'm going to stop his physical from his level 3, I think, with Grit.
1, 2.
And I managed to goof and misread Grit and totally blow that whole thing about trying to get extra anger for my trouble. Yeah, can you tell I've been away from the game for a while? I do use it in Rage Blast. Woo! Little old set 1 action. Underrated card. It plinks a little bit of damage off him, but that's not the point. The point is to get my 2 anger to level. That's what it'd be about.
Onslaught.
Okay, second shot at Onslaught. I want to say this one hits me for way more damage because I think he has like a boost in play on this level.
Yep.
Yeah, well, hush my mouth. I wake it all off with one card.
Four stages. Rejuvenate 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So I do use my power. I do target a knee block. I rejuvenate 4 with my level 4 power. I'm going to come away with 2 anger on this level. I do draw a card. I gain my stages and my turns over, my actions over rather. And I didn't see what I drew, and I do not recall it off the top.
Double strike.
Hey, it's a big hand.
Shuffle this in.
Critical strike? I can't remember the name of it. Double strike? Double shot?
Yep. Crit your anger.
There we go. And the Dragon Ball goes in. And this is how long I've been out of the game, because that is a textbook move of seeing that particular card get recycled over and over and over and over again. And a lot of Dragon Balls getting shuffled back in, crits being tossed left and right. That was the name of the game. One of the most tense games of my life happened, and that was one of the most important plays of the whole dang thing.
Being behind the whole game, we're both level 4 with 1 anger.
Level 4, 1 anger, and we're just barely passing the halfway mark of our match. I don't even know how this was going to drag out much further than this. Oh, here comes probably a pretty decent... ouch. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to just block it. I rejuvenate with this particular energy block. Can't remember its name just now.
Overhead blast.
I'm going to pass. Overhead blast is going to hit me.
4, and then if it hits, I rejuvenate X for my life, or my level, so 4.
So, woo, he's going to rejuvenate 4 off of this blast. I don't take a ton of damage, but at the same time, he still gets to raise his anger. Remember, he's level 4, folks.
I'll pass as well.
Wow. Andrew could have had this buttoned up, guys. If he had even a slightly more active or aggressive hand, that'd have been that.
Like, I made it here with nothing.
Damn it.
Andrew has been playing a bit more of an elegant game than I have. I've been making do with ends and pieces. Andrew's deciding what he's going to do with his turn. In my opinion, he's got this sewed up. Draw 1 Namekian right throw or something like that, and just call it a day. He's going to power up. He doesn't have any planning step cards, which is neat. I want to say he ends up tossing a weighted clothing.
Nice.
Ooh, outside of combat, he raises anger with a knee block rejuve. See that? Again, look at the counter here. How has this match got so much longer to go? I do declare combat because apparently I'm scared to death.
Slam, lower your anger 3 levels, raise my anger.
That's how it happens. I shoulder slam him. I lower his anger 3 levels, raise my anger 1 level.
Nice, there we go.
And I want to say AT's real.
So I have an F. Unless you're going to stop it.
It's AT plus AT.
Nice.
Solid knee block defense. That's probably the sole reason this game isn't over, like right now.
Has to hit me, unfortunately. 4.
And he's going to blast me with a really big hit. I do wick it off with lots and lots of endurance. He does get to rejuvenate, and he does get his anger from it as far as I can remember.
I'll throw a breaker on you.
And again, guys, he was 1 move away from it. I had to do it in this... Or wait, was it? No, I could have thrown it on him.
Just take this to my face first.
Oh, well, I guess at the time I thought I better take a big hit first in case he was going to try to crit it off of me from his level 4 energy.
Oh, I'm an F. So what's F to D?
F to D is probably 3, so it's probably like 4 power stages, which is 2.
So 2.
Oh, 2 stages. Holy cow.
I'll pass.
I'll use my power. I'll rejuvenate 4.
Yowza. So I use my Gohan power, and again, you guys got to look at that clock. How is this fight going to be so darn long? I do raise my anger, I gain my stages, I rejuvenate, I draw my card, and I think I have...
I had next to nothing.
Oh, so I bluffed my way on that one. I pretended I had cards, I had nothing. I had a reality check in my hand. Okay. So it goes back over to Andrew. There was late game DBs, so you guys know how this works. Ooh.
Dragon Radar and a Dragon family. You get DB victory here on a hand.
Very little effort. Yeah, I would say he's probably about 2 turns and 2 actions at most away from DB victory if he wants to just hold out for this one.
Yeah. He's coming at me, bro.
Okay, he's going to come at me, and to my knowledge, he's going to Dragon Clan me and DB to me. I remember being that guy. I remember doing this to people.
D-level.
There it is. There's the shenanigans. So I'm D-leveled. I am now level 3, 5 above 0. And that's how the game draws out even a bit further. So I do D-level. My discard pile's still small. I use my Gohan power. I probably timed it wrong.
Choose from these.
So a grit and a crushing slam. I don't know what my plan is here.
Rejuvenate slam, and I'm back to level 4.
Oh my gosh. I am now level 4. 0 anger.
I was on 4. Alright, your action, sir.
I probably would Dragon Clan if I was Andrew. Either try to kill me or try to get the rest of Dragon Balls out and just manipulate. He passes. Wow.
What am I going to do to you? I'll use my power. Rejuvenate 4. 1, 2, 3. And I'll draw a card. Your action, sir?
Wow, I rejuvenated my entire discard pile. I didn't even hit the full 4. Raise my anger 1 level.
Dragon Clan.
There we go. See, that's what I was thinking.
And I remember the technique is no, it's not 2 separate searches. You pull them on 1 search, you set them both aside, and then you actually play their effects 1 at a time. It was in a big tournament. That would be how you'd keep silly stuff from happening.
Yeah, because stuff doesn't technically happen simultaneously in the world of Dragon Ball. So you would do your search, pick your 2 Dragon Balls, set them aside, introduce them to the playfield 1 at a time, and then utilize their effects 1 at a time. It's a good way to keep things settled. Though, if I was Andrew, I don't know why I wouldn't just be going for like a ball 3 and probably a ball 5. Just get a bunch of cards out and just blast me to smithereens. Just try to even it up. There you go. So he does go for the ball 5. What are you doing? Oh, what did he have a ball 7 out already? I don't think so.
And I'll gain 5. Won't gain any anger. Rejuvenate.
He does rejuvenate.
Another 12.
It's good.
Or yeah, another one.
Smash and break them out in.
Oh, yeah, what'd you do for the next one? Oh, you went with the ball 3?
Lower your anger 1.
Hey.
I might have missed it right there. I hope Andrew drew his card for the effective ball 5. So I milled for those entering play. He has massive blast potential with, I think his level 4 is X for every... Why do I keep thinking that? I have no proof of that. So he's going to go ahead and do a little bit of hand filtering with ball 3. Said if I was him, I'd go full offensive posture. I would just blast me to smithereens. Try to just basically go for crit after crit. Get as much onslaught and other stuff out as much as I possibly could.
We're going to play a confrontation.
Sphere.
Ooh, that's nice.
Huh. A mid-round confrontation gets feared. That's something else.
What's your
Okay, Andrew rejuvenates off the effect.
You did.
Yes. I definitely used the power. Jeez, don't be that guy, Mario.
For the time being. I only had the 1 and ball 3 ticket.
I'll pass.
I'm going to shoulder slam you, lower your anger to 0, raise my anger 1.
Wow, shoulder slammed him.
And echo.
You're E, huh?
-2.
So base is 0. Oh, it's 0-0. In hilarious.
That's the big gamble shoulder slam. It can be a 0 plus 0.
Plus 2. Wait, no, so 2 stages. A whole 2 stages. Enjoy. You gotta
Enjoy.
For me, player.
I'll pass.
I'm gonna throw a chin grab, rejuvenate a shoulder slam, and then raise my anger 1 from the rejuve on that.
Okay, I throw a chin grab. I get a little rejuve action, raise my anger 1. Let's see if Andrew's going to take it and let me get away with having another anger out there.
So it would be 5.
-2.
So 3.
3 stages on the hit. I rejuvenate. I still missed a knee block. I'm trying to win this thing.
Maximum will.
So I raise my anger. Oh, and there's the max will. That's, like I said, if you look at that match time, you're thinking, how the heck could this keep going at this level?
With energy guard. Shuffle top.
So I do stop it with this one, but I do lose all the anger. And I get to shuffle and sit back in, raise my anger again. I have spent a lot of time moving up on those lower numbers on level 4.
Like it was something to do.
All right, Andrew cuts my deck, and it's going to be his Oh, no, it's my action. I blocked. What am I talking about? Let's see if I have any actions left.
Oh, Piccolo.
Ooh, no.
Oh. Oh, doggone.
Uh-oh, you might be critting me here. 2, 3. Uh-oh, I think you got it.
Oh, and he does crit me. So he's going to go ahead and lower my anger on the crit, on the massive blast that I probably should have felt was coming.
Good question.
And then,
to my knowledge,
so we're going to go ahead and debate something that didn't need debating, you guys. It's my fault for being away from the game so long. It's that I didn't remember the order of operation, so to speak, about when does good old wall breaker drop off. See, my memory is that if I knocked it off of myself, the timing was still off and I didn't get a hit effect. We did a little bit of debating here. We even posted it to Retro and then came away with that understanding that is the order in which it would go. That it would fall off in time for him to get the hit effect of his own attack. Like I said, I remember it differently, but there's probably literally no reason for that other than my just being away from the game for so darn long. Okay,
I'm trying to think about that one. It was always,
Andrew's going to hit the rejuve on that hit effect.
And
that's, you know what? Actually, come to think of it, that may be why that particular clock is so long here with how much time we're going to waste on this one. You know what? Actually, if you guys are listening to this one and you're a real rules meister, I would love for you to post the order of actions in the bottom. I want to say we had it somewhere for a tournament, the exact order of actions and things. You know, hits before crits or crits before hits. All of a sudden, I'm thinking of the wrong orders. Yeah, so I'm feeling real dumb about this one. It's a very basic thing, but I had it out of order, and I hate to say I wasted a bunch of our time for our evening here with this one. But while we have a little bit of an opening, I was going to go ahead and light a little bit of a beef. Actually, you know what? Let's not say light a beef. Let's say lay out some predictions. I was thinking about what's going to go on here in the very near future with the future of the game. The Dragon Balls as featured in the previews that I've been indirectly shown are all pointing to a game staying relatively similar, but there's a lot of folks in the DBZ Retro page, and the folks closest, and including some of the developers, are playing in a remarkably different environment than we do. So I'm going to say what they say seems to carry a lot of weight, good or bad. And I know that a lot of them had the identical hobby horses they've been on every single time when it comes to the game and stuff they want to see changed. And every time I would watch the doggone Retro page go apescat over somebody lighting a long beef about how they wanted to see some mechanic incorporated. And that's all neat and everything, but I don't think it was ever going to be needed or even helpful. So when I tend to think about all that stuff, it's like, oh, good Lord, we're coming up on a time where it's going to be the time for all those guys' hobby horses to come out. They're going to say, oh, I want to see this when the game transitions to Super. So, you know, hopeful, fingers crossed for how things are going to turn out for Super. Rule-wise, not a lot of confidence just because I know the kind of people who tend to be close to the development process and their ideas that have been circulating for all this time. Not my favorite part of the game. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be some needed changes. Who knows? I want to say some of the modest changes that were coming here towards the very, very tail end of Z were ones that were definitely needed, but not to sound like I'm never satisfied, but needed like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Like the idea that we needed these sorts of changes a while ago to help balance things or to simply simplify things. Though one thing that definitely is just making me feel less than great is wondering about how, I already told you one of my if I could undo anything, I would probably undo the power creep that occurred in the set with Mystic Gohan and Vegito. If I could undo any single decision besides the game getting prematurely canceled, it would be that one. I know you're thinking that's wild because didn't I hate Draku enough when he was, literally forcing the game out of shape? He was literally warping the game. Would that be it? Or when Broly was the only game in town as of set 6? Those kind of times? No, I'd still go with this one. I'm going to say I watched more people bail out on the game and lose interest entirely when Mystic Gohan and Vegito hit the scene than any other development in the game aside from the cancellation. Think about that, you guys. That made more people leave the game than anything aside from the game itself dying. So don't mind us. We're still pointlessly debating this particular one. I intentionally left this space in here so I'd have a place to complain.
Black Hills Energy, you people need to make an app already.
So I have no way of seeing these things directly, but indirectly I do eventually see all the materials in question. So I am going to definitely have that prediction, is that there will be no less than 3 new game mechanics introduced into Super, and then it will have kind of an interesting concept. It'll be sure, you could use all your cards from Z in Super, and there's going to be an asterisk on the end of that sentence. It's but why would you want to? The power creep's going to be so monumental. For as much as Joey hates Dragon Ball GT, I wondered why he emulated it so hard. Like the power creep being so obnoxious at this level. Oh, hey, we're just going to go ahead and play it like it's supposed to be played. We resume the game.
Oh, my turn.
It is going to go ahead and fall off. He gains his anger. That is actually the last action of that turn, and is probably the only reason this game goes the way that it's going to go.
I'll declare combat. I really shouldn't.
I declare combat. I want to say this hand is nothing special whatsoever.
And then I'm going to get 3 anger for my trouble. I found 2 knee blocks today.
I need oh wow! I used my level 4 power, rejuvenated 2 knee blocks. Kind of one of those dream scenarios. The only thing you could have in there was another knee block to make it even bigger. That does consume my first action, and I want to see Andrew has something he could do right here.
Lethal chop.
Ooh, lethal chop's gonna hit me.
How much are they gonna hit me for?
6, no prevention.
Jeez.
Whew. And I have to take a critical hit right here like an absolute schmo.
And 6.
And that's going to go ahead and crit some of my anger down. I believe another knee block fell into the discard pile. Hilarious. I don't think it's going to end up playing any kind of factor.
Your level 4 Piccolo with the big energy attack. It does critical damage while he has Wall Breaker on. So we were talking about on the hit effect.
Pete was a little distracted, so we had to relate the situation to him.
So you get a hit after? Your hit would go off after the damage? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we did it right. I'm a fan. Oh, wait. What happened? Oh, you just hit me with Piccolo's chop, right? Like it was something to do. I'll throw out a Crushing Slam. Shuffle the top.
Good. I crit my anger. Phew. I was like, really, Mario? Really? You're going to be one of those lamos and not adjust your anger?
AT plus 5 plus 2 life.
Wow, I'm going to hit him really hard. So ball 6 is going to go ahead and negate the plus 2 power stages, but the plus 2 life's going to be there, so it's probably going to be a...
That would put you at base of 5. We just said it was, base of... So 8 stages and 2 life.
Wow, 10 cards he's going to have to account for. Or 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you can crit a ball.
Oh, geez.
And I did crit, and I'm probably going to steal ball 5 and end this one right here.
So I'll go ball 5 and win.
Oh, beautiful.
The phrase is
everybody messed up.